Hello, Blender community. I am Amber, and I am leading the BCON Austin team. We are very excited to be bringing this event to you in April, and we are 10 months into an entire year of planning. All of the pieces are in place, except for one very important piece, you. Ticket sales have been slow, and that puts the event in jeopardy. So I hope that you'll listen as Jonathan Williamson explains our heart for this conference, why it's important to the health and longevity of our community, and why you should come.
Getting together it allows so many different connections that you don't plan for, particularly for those of us working professionally in any form of a digital business or digital profession. So much of our work is planned. We carefully reach out to specific people. We work on specific projects. Most of the things that we do are intentional, but you have no idea all the things that you're missing. And that's one of the things that I find always happens, particularly at Blender conferences, but this is true of any good in-person gathering, is you walk away from those gatherings, those conferences, with ideas and connections that you never expected to make. When we're only talking online, we tend to come to a conversation with a concrete opinion on a lot of things. And that's, whether that's a controversial issue that we're coming into or not, we come to it with preformed ideas of what we are talking about, what we're doing, what our opinions are. When you talk with people in person, particularly in a social context where you don't know the person very well and you don't know exactly what we're talking about or like what the topic is going to be, people's guardrails come down and you get exposed to new things that you didn't expect. And I think I find whenever I leave conferences like that, I walk away with more nuanced opinions than I went in with. There is something special about the Amsterdam conference that it is unlike any other conference that I've ever been to. It is truly a conference about people. And we have wanted to try to replicate that in the States, in part because I've always been kind of disenchanted with a lot of conferences in the States. It's all about networking and it's relatively formal. It's somewhat rigid. And like most conferences you go to, you don't walk away feeling inspired just from the people. Oftentimes you walk away with a focus on individual tech or workflows or, something that's very work related. I walk away from the BCON Amsterdam conference feeling like I've made lifelong friends. And I've never experienced that anywhere else. So we actually, we got asked by Ton and Francesco at the foundation to consider hosting a North American conference starting probably even like 10 years back. And we got asked multiple times, like, hey, would you guys be willing to do this? Because they really wanted to bring the conference to the States, in part, North America, including the United States, Canada, Mexico, and on down into South America, represents a large chunk of the Blender community. But traveling to Europe is a big ask for a conference. Yeah, so these are officially recognized Blender conferences where we were the first third party to put on an officially sanctioned Blender conference where, the foundation is providing support, technical support, financial support, just community support to basically say, hey, we want Autotroph to put on this event and it is officially sanctioned and recognized where it becomes a core part of the community. And so we've always wanted to do a North American conference. And we said no for an awful lot of years. And then finally, long story short, we said yes prior to the 2024 conference that we hosted in LA for BCON LA. And that was our first one. And going into it, my big concern and my big ask for it was basically like, can we pull it off? Can we replicate the feeling of connection amongst people that you get when you go to Amsterdam? And at least based on, what people have said, based on our own experiences, it seems that answer was yes, that we pulled it off.
BCON LA was my first Blender conference, and it was incredible. It was the first time I met people from the Blender community, from my community, and got to put faces to names, and that is an incredibly special thing to do. As a human being, seeing what used to be just profile photos on Discord to be actually real people really adds so much more meaning to just, it's a 3D program. Blender is a very online community, and just being able to see human beings, because we are human beings who need connection to live, to be able to connect with people over the course of a few days could possibly change your life. It is incredibly powerful. I really believe in human connection, and if you only ever see people on a screen, on a profile photo, it can only go so far as really touching you as a person, and to be able to see these people, talk to them and interact with them and have a good time with them is incredibly important. And being able to go there and see those people gives you something to look forward to, and that's also really good for you. So these in-person communities are super important, and Blender Conference really helps with that.
It's the fact that I get to be a part of and interact with a global community. And that's really rare these days. It's a gravity center that pulls everybody in the globe towards it, and it's one thing that we can all have in common. So whether it's Blender Conference LA or Amsterdam or Texas or the moon, it's really not about the location, but it's about meeting people from that global community. And this is just a means by which I can accomplish that goal. And so far, that's been by far the most beneficial thing about these conferences is the people that I've met from that community, because they've enhanced not only my professional career and helped me get to places I wouldn't get to without them, but they've even helped enhance my personal life. I've made great friends through these gatherings, and it's something I'm going to continue to try to make it to regardless of where it is.
I honestly believe that conferences are one of the best investments you can make in your career, because when you're sitting at home and you're reading online, you're learning at such a slow rate because you're trying to digest information and you have questions in your head that you don't have answers. When you're at a conference, when you're with people who are there and they're passionate about it, and they mention something, you can ask a question and get an answer back immediately. They can say something. And so this feedback loop of learning just happens so quickly. So I go to multiple conferences a year to make a habit of being in those conversations so that you can learn faster. And you always come away with just like pages and pages of notes that you immediately put into your career. So it is highly valuable. And going everywhere in the world, whether it's Europe, going to the conferences locally, they're extremely valuable. So I would highly recommend it, yes.
We walked away from BCON LA feeling like it was one of the best things that we have ever done. And so we really wanted to do it again. And the realities, though, of doing a conference like that is it is an unbelievable amount of work. And, we basically walked away from LA saying, yes, we are doing this again, just not next year. We needed a break. And so we very intentionally took a year off and said, all right, we're going to come back at it in 2026 and we're going to do it again.
Austin is a super cool town, and In Cahoots is a fantastic, very large venue that gives us a lot of social space, a lot of space for breakout rooms, 2 main stages, and just plenty of room to host our event. Also, at the venue, there are 2 huge projection towers. And so we are going to use those towers to project your Blender work. So that's going to be happening not only during our private party on our private rooftop at the end of the first night, but those 2 towers are also visible from all of downtown Austin. So what a great way to bring Blender to the city of Austin on iconic 6th Street. Also, this year, we got permission from the Daniel Johnston Foundation to use Jeremiah the Innocent Frog in some of our vibe for the conference. I think he's just a really special character to introduce to BCON Austin. Also, this year we're going to have coffee, but if you would like, you could get your coffee out of a Royal Lion coffee fountain. So that's thanks to Chaos, who is helping to sponsor the coffee. And perhaps the coup de grace is that you can have a donut from the 8-foot tall freestanding donut wall, which, yes, is brought to us courtesy of a collaboration with Andrew Price and Polygon. So come get your donut from Andrew and his donut wall.
Stressful. Yeah, the current status is very stressful, but it's very at risk. The nature of an event like this is that they're very expensive to put on, they're very time consuming to put on, and they take a lot of planning. I think we spent at least 3, maybe 6 months just location scouting, trying to find the right venue that obviously balances all the cost, the needs, the wants. It has to be big enough to accommodate. In our case, we were aiming for 300 to 500 people. BCON LA was basically right about 300 people, I think it was, maybe as much as 350. And so finding an interesting venue that makes for a good event like that takes time. It's also very expensive. It takes, typically deposits done a year in advance to secure a date. And the current state is that if we don't sell enough tickets, the event will not happen. This moment in time with the United States, the turmoil going on here, that there are many, many people that are not comfortable traveling to the States right now. And I'm not surprised. I don't resent that whatsoever. It's a very weird time. For this conference, though, that means that our expected attendance is dramatically reduced. And that's been really challenging. Over the last couple of weeks, when all the stuff in Minneapolis happened, for example, we immediately saw about a 10% refund request on existing tickets, people that had already made plans months in advance, simply because they were no longer comfortable coming to the States. And so that really threw our attendance plans for a loop. As to what does it mean for, is this just a U.S. conference? Well, obviously, anybody that is willing to come, we are welcome with open arms, at least as far as we're concerned. But it now basically comes down to the question of, are there enough people within the States that are willing and interested in traveling right now? And that is a open question. Quite candidly, I don't think it is. It depends on what you want out of the event. If all you care about in an event like this are the presentations, the talks given by presenters, sure, of course that can be streamed. Anybody can watch the recordings, but that's not the value. The value is being in the same place to, have those sparks of creativity, have those nuanced conversations that you never expected to have with people you never knew you were going to talk to. You can't do that in streaming. So, could you have lots of great presentations and do it streaming? Absolutely. Is that what we're trying to do with this event? No. If it gets canceled, the first thing is that we will refund every penny. It will take some time. The nature of an event like this is that it's spread out. Ticket sales are spread out, sponsor funds are spread out, deposits for venues, for caterers, for beverage providers, for audio, visual, all of the different services and people that it takes to make an event like this happen. Every dime will get refunded. What about next year for those people that are asking? if we don't pull off BCON Austin, I don't think we will do it next year. I don't think that we will have the energy or the stamina within the team to do it again. It is an amazing amount of work behind the scenes that for the most part never gets seen, from location scouting to vendor suppliers who, figuring out who's doing the show, who's volunteering for what merch are we bringing in, what's the experience we want for everybody when they walk in the door, what's the design and the feel of the conference, what's the infrastructure for taking ticket sales on site, off site, how about local sales tax, since it's a local event with register with each of the individual states, the counties. Like, there's just an amazing amount of work that happens behind the scenes just to make the thing happen. And that's before you sell a single ticket. We had a very candid call as a team just this week where we asked ourselves that very same question. And in general, I think everyone was saying, it's make or break. We want this event to succeed so badly. And if it fails, we will have given it our best, but that will be that. At least not an Autotroph BCON North America. Obviously we would then welcome anybody that wants to step up and help carry that mantle forward. Just like Blender, these events happen if and only if the community really wants it. That's really what it comes down to. It is a community event. The thing that makes these events special is the community. It is all the people across all these different industries, all these different skill sets, all these different backgrounds coming together and just learning and sharing with one another in a way that you can't do online. And so the community has to be there. The community has to show up for this kind of thing to happen. And got my fingers crossed.
Hi, I'm Kyle, the Director of Design at Autotroph. I just want to share a couple of ways that you can help support the event without even attending. So the first is to just help us spread awareness. Like this video, comment below, share it on our website, on your socials. These little things go a long way to help us getting the word out to the community. The second is you can actually submit your own artwork. As Amber mentioned, we're going to be projecting artwork and animation onto the two towers at the venue, and we would love to plaster this event with as much community submitted art as possible. So our idea is, since Austin is known for its many food trucks, that we would create as many Blender-made food trucks as we can that really showcase a variety of styles and all the creativity that exists in our community. So feel free to visit the submission page for more details. Our deadline for artwork is March 15th. And we're very stoked to see what you can come up with. Thank you.